Okay, let's get started with a side bend to the left and to the right. And that lateral flexion. And now take your hands in front. You're going to open up, right hand to the back wall, left hand to the back wall, twisting from the mid back. Take your arms up by your head, soft knees, hinge at the hips. Hands down, right hand to the ceiling, switch. Then just come down into a sumo squat. Hold it at the bottom. Drop your right shoulder, drop your left. And now let's get started. We have 15 minutes of 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off. Then at the very end, we'll put it together. Start at the back of your mat with an inchworm. You're gonna roll down, walk it out, and then take your arms, step them out a little farther, hollow out your plank. Option to drop your elbows, rock forward and back, and then extend your elbows and walk it back in. Stay here 50 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds to transition. Walk it back out to a plank. You can stay in a high plank, or you can drop to your forearms. We're going to move to a lizard, or you can be in that lunge if your arms are extended. Now stack that right leg on top of the left leg into a side plank. Engage your core, and now transition back into that lizard pose or that low lunge. Three more seconds. Okay, move into a down dog. You're going to lift your right leg to the sky, and you're going to bend your knee and open up your hip, and then come over into a wild thing. Right knee is bent, left leg is straight, and you're reaching back with your right arm. Now come down into a hamstring stretch, right foot on the inside of your left leg, and then back into a wild thing. And we're just moving from the wild thing to the hamstring stretch. 30 seconds to go. Next, you're going to move into that 90-90 position. Extend your left leg out. You're going to abduct it by lifting it, and then drop that foot, come up on that right knee, and you're in this modify like kneeling wild thing. If you're not familiar with yoga, wild thing is just a back bend pose in yoga. Okay, let's come back to a down dog. And again, you will lift that right leg high and step it through to a pyramid. Leave the left hand down, lift the right hand into a twisted pyramid, drop the hands, and you're just gonna slide back into a pistol squat. You can leave your hands on the ground, and if you have trouble lifting your foot off the ground, that's fine. Just move into that position and engage your quadriceps. Okay, now come to the back of your mat. We're going to do a duck walk. I'm going to give 2 variations. The first is just a traditional duck walk. So you're just staying kneeling in this low lunge, tapping that knee down. Or you can swing one leg around into a pistol squat, round that foot, switch sides. Just pick your variation and keep going for the next 30 seconds. Okay, let's get ready to transition. You're going to come to a down dog, and then you're going to bend your knees in that blast off position and then hop up into a squat. You can go as slow or as fast as you need to. The faster you go, the more your heart rate is going to rise. Next up, we're going to come to a tall kneeling position. You can tuck your toes under. You're going to engage your glutes, engage your core, so you're stiff as a plank as you lean back and then come back to a tall kneeling. Sure, keeping your core braced. Okay, next we're going to move into a 90-90 position and narrow it a little so you're more like 45. You're going to roll back, come up to that kneeling 90-90, roll and switch sides. As you come up, squeeze your glutes, engage your core, but make sure you're not thrusting your hips forward beyond that neutral position. Okay, now bring your legs in front. We are going to roll over to a plow and then slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time and come up either into a boat pose or a V position. Roll back, hips over your head. Your toes do not have to touch the ground behind you. Okay, next up, we're gonna come down into a hollow hold, and then you can do scissor kicks, just alternating, or you can do a hollow hold and then alternate leg raise, which will be a little more difficult as you go to that hollow hold. Make sure you don't have any rectus doming. So make sure those six-pack muscles are not bulging out. That's a sign of transverse abdominis. They're not pulling their weight. If that happens, you may want to switch to an easier version. See, like I just switched to scissors. And inhale, exhale, brace your core, and when you feel like you can move back to that hollow hold, leg lift. Okay, now we're just going to move to the other side. So start by coming to a down dog, lifting that left leg, bringing it outside your left hand, either staying up or dropping your forearms, and then stacking your left leg on top of your right leg into a side plank, and just move at your own pace. Okay, here we go. Left leg up. You're going to bend your knee, open your hip, drop that left foot behind you, knee bended, lift with that, reach with that left hand. And now move into that right hamstring stretch. Now ground that left foot, reach behind you. Okay, now we're going to move into that 90-90. Except this time you're going to extend your right leg, lift it, drop it, and then come up on that left knee and reach behind you into like the back corner of the room. dog. Left leg high, step it through pyramid. Lift your left arm, twisted pyramid. Take your hands down, slide back onto that right foot. Try to lift that left leg off the ground, hands down or hands up, and just move back and forth. Okay, let's get ready to put it all together. Start at the back of your mat. Gonna inchworm your way out, and then keep walking your hands past your head into that hollow plank. Stay there or drop to your forearms. Come back to a tall plank, walk it back to a down dog. Lift your right leg high, step it outside of your right hand, drop to your forearms, rock back and forth. And then stack your right leg on top of your left leg. Lift your right hand to the sky into that side plank. And bring it back to the forearm plank. Come up into a down dog. Right leg to the sky, bend your knee, open your hip. Hold for just a second and then drop that right foot behind you. Reach that right hand behind you. Now you're going to lower, bring that right foot to the inside of your left leg, left hamstring stretch. And now you are going to rise up on that right knee and reach with your left arm behind you into this kneeling wild thing situation. And then back to the wild thing with your left hand down, right arm reaching. Flip it over to a down dog, right leg high. And then just step it through, twisted pyramid. Right arm to the sky. Slide it back, lift that right leg into a pistol squat, switch to the other side, you can still be in that duck walk, and then come into a squat. Rock side to side here, and then take your hands down to that blast off position, come up into a squat. We're going to do this 3 times. And 1 more. Come to a kneeling position, toes tucked under, and you can just hinge back, or you can go all the way down, but don't watch me because I didn't slide my feet to the top of my toes soon enough, and I'm in too much of a back bend. And now come up. Gonna move into that narrow 45 and roll back and then switch sides and then come up. You're gonna take your hands down, come to the bottom of a push-up or a chaturanga, up dog, pushing your chest through, and down dog. Left leg to the sky, Step it up outside your left hand, come to your forearms, rock back and forth into that lizard. And then side plank, stacking the left leg on top of the right leg. Come back to a plank, push up into a down dog. Left leg, open up your hip, drop that left foot behind you, reach into a wild thing, and then drop left leg inside right thigh, right hamstring, and then we're doing that kneeling wild thing. And then take your right hand to the ground, wild thing, lift your left hand, reach it behind you, flip over into a down dog, and step it through twisted pyramid. Slide it back, pistol squat or duck walk. One time, coming into that squat. Take your hands down, blast off, squat, 2, and one more. And now you're going to come back to that kneeling position. Tuck your toes, engage your glutes, engage your core, stiff as a board as you lean back. And if you want to go all the way back, I recommend coming to the tops of your toes and slowly lower in between your heels into that hero pose. And then bring it back up. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog, and then we're going to do those 2 core exercises. So come down, going to roll back into that plow position, and then slowly lower, and then come up into a V, hands behind you or hands extended to each side of your leg. And then let's do one more. And then slowly lower into that hollow hold. You can do scissor kicks or hollow to leg lifts. From here, reach hands to one side of the room, feet to the other. Bring that right knee in, bring it over to your left side, extend the right arm and look to that side of the room. And bring that right knee in and switch. Left knee. Bring it over. Look at your left hand, the left side of the room. And then bring it back, flip over, come to your forearms into a cobra pose. You have an option to stay here or extend your arms. And then lower, hips over knees, walk your hands out, reaching your chest towards the ground into a puppy pose. And just drop your seat to your heels. And that's it.